I want to stress heavily that if 60 years ago the member states of the European Union were focusing on a common future instead of national interest with the Treaty of Rome, so 25 years ago in Maastricht, the member states were finding the political will to accelerate this integration, especially on the content, what is needed to happen in Europe after the end of the Cold War. This was instrumental to opening up new tools for further economic and social cooperation. While Rome closed the chapter of World War II in Europe, Maastricht opened a new window of opportunities, allowing member states to cooperate beyond the internal market, notably with the achievement of a common currency. The creation of our European Committee of the Regions was in response to make the voice of regional local needs heard within the institutions and the need to close the gap between Brussels and the European citizens. Maastricht also added the concept of European Union citizenship, including proportionality and subsidiarity as guiding principles for European decision-making. But these treaties were designed in a time of peace, economic prosperity, and when new markets were opening in an enlarged union. As the young people who expressed their concerns about finding a job during the citizen dialogues last week in Malta and in Poland, where we were organizing these town hall debates, they confirmed that times have changed. I therefore turn to the 200 young guests that we have here and ask them to play a proactive role in designing a Europe that is fit for them and their future. Instability in the international arena is often unpredictable and turns into a threat which needs to be tackled with strong tools. From Maastricht onwards, member states have put the brakes on their commitment towards a political union, turning instead to quick fix instruments aimed at managing the flurry of escalating challenges such as finance, economic and social crisis. This treaty was never designed to provide tools to answer complex situations and provide quick yet sustainable actions on the ground. From migration crisis to the political instability over the years in the Balkans, in Ukraine, in Mediterranean. But such common answers and approaches were and remain necessary, starting from civil protection, border patrolling, and fight against climate change. In other words, visible instruments which can be implemented in partnership with local and regional governments and which respond to local needs. These instruments were not delivered because actually they have never been requested by the member states, giving their different visions on the future and their role vis-à-vis with the union's institution. The time has now come to design the best possible instruments to act, react and respond to the existing future challenges, including societal ones. Citizens, regardless of their age, race, religion or beliefs, must be realigned at the center of our focus so we may face the new century's challenges together. Migration flows and integration call upon European citizens to adapt, learn and shape our new society. People are becoming more attentive to alternative sources for development, from energy to new economic systems based on sharing instead than owning as it has been long so far. This is a big shift which requires active citizenship and inclusive participatory methods of governance. 140 characters, as many are using, are simply not enough to efficient policies. I would rather lean towards multi-level governance grounded on a solid territorial impact analysis of the European legislation. Better legislation, therefore, not more or less legislation, but the legislation which works on the ground. After 25 years, we have not sufficiently managed to cut red tape or to make the legislative process transparent and as fully inclusive as wished. Brexit has lessons that need to be learned. What we do know is that without full partnership, Europe will remain distant, inefficient, and even useless in the eyes of many of its citizens. As European local politicians, we are committed to further engaging for Europe and will do so through our common house, the European Committee of the Regions. Our debates on the future of Europe must challenge us to think about how to further strengthen our institution, with which the Maastricht Treaty aimed to make the closest to the citizens through its subsidiarity culture and proximity to the reality on the ground. Let's build a Europe for and with the citizens.